having that ability to work with such big animals as well, it gives you that sense of purpose and accomplishment. Once you sort of work with them and look after them, it gives you that bit of a high feeling, yeah.
You get to understand the horse, and I suppose they get to understand you. They pick up on all your idiosyncrasies, your feelings. If you're up, down, whatever that day, they pick up on that and they reflect that back to you.
Welcome everyone to episode 158 of the Sen Nutrition Podcast. You're with your host Bryan today. And on today's podcast, it's a bit of a change in pace, and we want to highlight an incredible initiative that is helping our veterans reconnect, heal, and rediscover their purpose through a unique bond between humans and horses. And today I'm joined by Rebecca Kennedy from the Spur Ranch Equine Program run by RSL LifeCare. How are you, Rebecca?
Oh, hi, Bryan. I'm well, thank you. It's nice to be here.
That's good.
Very excited.
No, thanks for coming on. And I understand you guys are down Sydney way?
Yes, on a 300-acre property in Picton. So, yeah, about an hour and a half out of Sydney. So, yeah, very, very lucky to be so close and have this amount of land here.
It's an amazing location. And while I was preparing for this podcast, it got me thinking that we do honour our veterans on Anzac Day. And this RSL LifeCare Spur Equine Program is kind of a way that you're supporting veterans all year round. And along with your volunteers, it's really providing some meaningful support.
Yeah, I guess so. We're a part of the business in veteran services. So, you know, our program is just a small part of what, you know, our whole business does. We have the veteran family hubs, and we've got Homes for Heroes, and then obviously Spur Equine Program. So we are open to veterans and the family. So we're not only recognising, obviously, you know, the service of the veterans, but it is also the service and sacrifice that the family members make to their veterans. So, yeah, we are focused on their well-being and their life after defence, and it's a thank you, and it's a respect and an acknowledgement for what people have given to our country for us. So yeah,
it's so great to hear. It's a powerful initiative that, yeah, as you said, not only supports the veterans but also others within their family. And this Spur Equine Program is an equine assisted one. How many horses do you guys have?
So we have 16 horses here at the ranch, quite a big herd, and they're lucky enough to have their 100-acre paddock to free roam in when we don't have veterans here on courses. But yeah, so you see the impact that these animals have on veterans that do come here, and it is special. Like, you know, these horses have got a really good life and a good purpose here for us too.
It sure does sound like a great place with plenty of room, and I understand that you went through the program yourself, and if you want to take the listeners through a bit of your background too, Rebecca?
Yeah, correct. So I was in the Army myself. I joined the Army when I was 17. Prior to the Army, like I was a horse girl. I grew up with horses, and they were just always been my obsession. I made the attempt to have a horse in the Army with me, which didn't work out just due to time restrictions and constraints, and the fact that I was posted to the parachute training school. So I went from horses to skydiving during my military time. But after I left, I guess I always wanted to reconnect with horses, and I didn't have that opportunity for quite a few years until I did find out about the Spur Equine Program through my own sort of rehab provider at the time. So yeah, sort of they suggested it, and I rocked up for a 2-day course, and needless to say, the obsession still lives. And very, very quickly I wanted to volunteer and do a little bit more. So I got involved with the program that way, which eventually led to getting employed part-time and then full-time, and now I am the program manager. So I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to share a program that helped me so much in my life, not only reigniting my passion with horses, but you reconnect with a community that a lot of people loses after defence for various reasons. So it is a special thing to be able to reconnect with the veteran community, share experience in such a positive way, and then you get to do that with horses, and you see that passion sort of ignite in other people around you as well. So yeah, like it means a lot to me, this program, and I guess having experienced it firsthand and what it did for me in my life and my journey throughout the year, getting to share that with other people is pretty powerful and special.
Yeah, the role really suits you, having been on the other side and knowing how it relates and how it helps someone coming into the program. How many years has it been going for?
So we have evolved over the years, but in some element or another, we have been running for about 10 years. So yeah, it did transition in from trail riding and trekking through the snowy mountains, and we've sort of made that transition to cattle mustering and cattle work. So it has been around for quite some time, just not in its current format.
Yeah, so it has developed over the years, and in that journey, you've had a background in human wellness as well.
Correct, yeah. So once I left the Army, like obviously jumping out of planes for a good few years, you don't always land the softest. So you do have a lot of injuries. So I did, and obviously the military has a big focus on fitness. So you do have to maintain your physical fitness. So I sort of made that transition into the fitness industry through remedial massage, personal training, but that also leads down the path of, holistic health. So, it was always an interest of me, nutrition and how it affects not only physical health, but it does affect your mental health as well. So, yeah, that's always been a huge interest of mine. And, sort of learning to apply that to horses. Again, I guess a similar theory, looking holistically at a human or an animal, but there's still a lot to learn as far as horses go, because we are very different to them.
Yeah, for sure. We're forever learning, and when you see a veteran come to your program, how horses will help their emotional regulation, give them confidence and trust, you see that whole pathway when they come?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we have a lot of people who have never touched a horse before. So you see, not only are they nervous coming here because this could be their first time back in a social environment or with a group of veterans, they've also never been around a horse before, or, such a big, powerful animal. And I think a lot of people love horses, but they do always have that little bit of fear just because of their size. But to see them, pat their first horse, we do join up, and, then they're in the round yard with a 500-kilo horse following them around, like a puppy dog almost. And, that's brought tears to some people's eyes because they just never thought that they could experience that connection. It's such a small thing, but it's so powerful, and horses also, they force us to be mindful. They should force us to pay attention to what they're doing and what we're doing, and sort of reflect on our behaviour and how it affects the horse. Because, I find that people love them and they respect them, and they don't want to make a horse anxious or scared. So they really soften themselves to accommodate the horse for something that they may not do for themselves. So it does sort of teach them, or all of us, I think, that self-reflection and, take a deep breath, be mindful, and just be present with the horse. They provide that huge, powerful experience of just, mirroring our emotions and giving us that instant feedback to what we're doing and how we're affecting them.
Yeah, I 100% agree there, Rebecca. Horses are really good at sensing our energy, and they really respond without judgment, and they build a genuine connection that often reaches us in a way traditional support systems actually can't. And these veterans being exposed to this is a really good thing to reconnect with themselves. And you'd see this day in and day out in your role.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess there's something powerful about not having to talk. You know, animals don't judge us in the way that we judge ourselves or other people judge us. They just respond to who you are in that moment for them. You know, they're also very, very forgiving, obviously. Like, you know, horses don't often hold on to their anxiety. They may react in a moment, but then they calm down again and they go back to normal. And I think that's also a very powerful lesson that veterans can learn from horses is, you know, you don't have to hold on to that tension forever. So again, they're teaching and they're learning from the horses and the feedback they provide and the reactions, reactions that they give. And we get, you know, so many people just make comments on how much, you know, horses have helped them and changed them, and some even saved their lives just to be around them. And yeah, like I don't think the horses get enough credit for what they can do, even when they're doing nothing.
Yeah, they're so amazing animals and powerful and incredible. And as you described there, it makes me think we've all got some relatives that have served for us. Like I can think of my grandfather he served in World War II. I never knew him because I wasn't around back then, because he came home with all sorts of mental issues, and the support back then would have been limited, I would say.
Correct,
and he sadly took his own life. And I guess you can look back on it now, if there was something like this, or incredible what horses can bring out in people.
Yeah, exactly. And there is a lot of support for veterans now. You know, everything's getting better and better, and there is less, you know, judgment on people expressing their feelings, or if that they do have issues. So, you know, I guess, and horses also give you the confidence to be vulnerable, which is hard for a lot of people. And again, you know, they're not talking, they're not judging us. So, you know, that does soften people and open them up to, I guess, dealing with some of those issues, or going and seeking help because they've been in a supportive environment. They've been around other people who are, you know, open to all of that stuff. So I guess what we try to do is just, you know, not only through us, but, you know, through our veteran hubs and that, like, create that safe place for people. And the horses make that for us here a lot easier in that regard. Because people trust them instantly.
Yeah, and another way to look at it is a horse doesn't look at your status or title in life. They're just responding to what you give them or your nervous system. Correct.
Yeah. Horses don't care where you've been, who you've been, how you've been. They just care about you in the moment, and that energy that you're giving to them pretty much. So they do. They make people feel safe and unjudged.
Yeah, they're so incredible. And this program wouldn't run without the support of your volunteers?
Correct. Yeah, we've got so many amazing volunteers. Most of them are veterans themselves who have come through the program and wanted to stay on to help us. And, you know, it creates that for the new veterans that are coming through who may be a little bit nervous. They get to share their experience and share their stories, and, you know, they hear how everything's helped them, and it makes them have that sense of belonging, and that life after defence can be good. There is so many other experiences to have in life, and so many positive experiences to have. So we are so lucky to have the volunteers that every single one of them goes above and beyond to create a good experience and promote our program and, you know, give back to what has helped them. So very, very grateful for all of our volunteers.
This is open for veterans and their families Australia-wide?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, and I understand there's a wait
we're
list at the moment.
we are getting inquiries through every day, which is absolutely amazing. And it's all basically word of mouth. Most people, we ask how they found us, and they go, "Oh, we've had a friend or a family member come through and absolutely raved about the experiences here." So the wait list, don't let it deter anybody, because we absolutely try to accommodate every single person that we possibly can here, because we all love, the whole team here loves sharing what we do and getting to know the veterans and building on what we are, pretty much.
Yeah, and with obviously along with the volunteers, how is it all funded?
So we're very lucky, obviously, to be a part of RSL LifeCare. So we are the charitable arm of our broader business. So we are funded, and we also get a lot of funding through RSL New South Wales. So very lucky and grateful for all of that. But we do also receive donations, and we fundraise and all that sort of stuff as well. So
so I'll drop the website links, and our listeners can discover ways to support this amazing program for our veterans and their families. Rebecca, on your day-to-day basis, you have to manage these 17 or 18 horses you have on the property. Has there been any challenges since your time as manager?
Looking after that many horses in itself is almost a full-time job. I think everyone could agree. But we do have, because we have so many different types of horses here, I guess the biggest challenge has been, we have quarter horses, we have a pony, we've got some standard breds, some stock horses. So with such a wide range of horses, it is probably the biggest thing is, getting their feeds correct for that horse. It's not just a one thing fits all scenario. Most people who would own a quarter horse, I think, would understand that they would get fat off grass. And then the standard breds who we got through the rehoming program, they're generally a lean, high energy horse, so they burn through their food a lot quicker. So I guess it's been sort of balancing the condition and finding the right thing for the standard breds is probably the biggest challenge that we have had. Obviously, we want them fed in good condition, but we can't, we've tried to find the balance of feeding them too much and then their energy is too high and then they're not suitable, or, they're a bit too much to handle for beginner riders like often we have through here. So, I think it's just been finding that balance of, condition and temperament with the feeds for all the different horses that we do have, Yeah,
I have to applaud you, because you've discovered and balanced that temperament to the body condition without the assistance of Sen, but you have discovered Sen in that way. And it's no easy task feeding multiple horses and managing each one's temperament while ensuring they're safe and suitable, particularly for beginners. So for people who are new to horses, the first experience is important, and you need that relaxed, more patient and predictable nature, and it makes all the difference.
Yeah, correct. With that, I have a habit of going on to deep dives on things that get stuck in my mind. So I got a bit of tunnel vision on trying to find the right feeds for horses. And so obviously, without really knowing about Sen outside of your oil, I just jumped on Spotify and I started looking for podcasts on absolutely anything, and you guys did pop up, and I think I have listened to most of them by now. But you did have ones on standard breds and winter feeding, and I guess the philosophy of forage first, because a lot of stuff is more we always think the solution is more feed, more feed, more feed, but, you know, we are lucky they are grazing most of the day, but they've also got 100 or so acres to roam in, so they are using energy throughout their day as well. So yeah, like I liked the philosophy that you guys were, I guess, putting the horse first. Yep. In this is what's natural for them, this is what they need as a horse to be healthy, and you should always prioritize that horse and then add. Yep. You know, I like that. It's like taking supplements for a human. It's like, well, let's get your nutrition first correct, and then add a supplement or something that you might need. So yeah, that personally resonated with me, and I guess what I've always believed in. But yeah, I did have a trial run first. So like my staff horse is quite an energetic fellow, to put it that way, and it's just I can't remember the feeds that we were using beforehand, but I just stopped feeding him because I'm just like, he's just, hot and jig-joggy, and he doesn't settle, and, you know, he didn't feel calm to me. So I tried the CF50 first to give it a go. I thought, I don't want to feed him too much, but I think he needs something. So I was literally just giving him a small handful a day. And then we tried the ultimate with a couple of other horses that wanted to put a bit of condition on and just see how it affected their temperament and their behaviour. Same thing, one of them was getting quite jig-joggy, this, that and the other. So, yeah, we sort of made that slow transition over to Sen, and they were fine. And then, you know, now I feed my staff horse Sen every day, and he's fine. Like, he's the calmest horse, you know, that he's been, that I've, you know, since I've been working with him. And yeah, I guess we sort of made that assessment, and we're really happy with how it was affecting the few that we were trialing it on, and yeah, moved it out to the rest of the herd. And we've had the comments from the farrier like, oh gee, their coats are really shiny, they look really good, you know. So it has been noticed by the people that have been working with these horses for a few years as well. So I guess that was sort of an easy decision from them.
Yeah, that's a fantastic testimonial, Rebecca. And I think the key message is that calm horses don't need to be underfed. It's about providing a balanced diet that supports both their body conditions and their temperament. That's our aim at Sen when we do our diet consults. And as you know, that strong foundation of quality hay and pasture for that slow release energy is so important. So as you've discovered, it's a simple matter of adjusting the feed to suit the individual horse.
Yeah, correct. That's what I said. I was like, before that, my solution to calm my horse down was, okay, well, he's not getting fed now. Like, you know, and that didn't helped a little bit, but not a lot. So yeah, it was a shock and I still often think about it, like, yeah, to be able to feed him, you know, every day that hard feed, and he's healthy, he's calm, he's happy, he feels like a different horse to me to ride. So yeah, like, I'm so happy with that. And yeah, same as the standard breds. I think they have that higher energy level in them anyway, just because of their, obviously, past careers, where I would assume they would be fed up on a lot of really high energy food. But yeah, to transition them over to Sen and see them, actually, they feel calmer underneath you when you are riding, which is exactly what we need. And they're shiny, they're in good condition, they're healthy, and they're calm for our clients and our veterans. And that's the most important thing out of all of this, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It has to be a safe environment and actually a predictable horse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Predictable and calm, and, you know, like, you know, you can always feel when a horse is nervous or highly strung or whatever, or has got too much energy underneath you. And, you know, for a beginner getting on a horse, that's like not gonna make them calm, which again, that feeling then transfers into the horse. And then you've got, again, that cycle of, oh, I'm not calm, but you're not calm.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it instills confidence in people handling the horses, riding the horses. Yeah, you know, like you have a lot of faith in these animals to keep people safe. So a healthy horse is a calm horse, I think, same as a person. So yeah.
Yeah, their role with you guys, they are the emotional regulator. So you can't be the one trying to regulate their emotion from a poor diet or a poor environment, because, yeah, as we know, nutrition is one piece of the puzzle. Your environment and the way you manage these horses on a day-to-day basis is another. So I think what you have here is the right balance, and then you can tailor it to that breed or that individual horse's needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that has been a learning process, as everything is. But yeah, so like it does create, I guess, that safe environment. We asking them to be the emotional regulators for us and our veterans. That's the job that they've all excelled at.
Yeah, I think overall, Rebecca, it's just an incredible program to hear about. What would be one of the most rewarding moments in the program that you've seen?
I think it's just seeing the veterans when they first come in, and you know, they might be a bit reserved, they might be a little bit nervous or anxious, and it's watching them overcome their own challenges and fears, and then watching them, you know, not only bond with the horses and the group, but it's that sense of achievement and pride and purpose that you see in them, and they make it to a muster, and all of a sudden this animal that they were, you know, maybe scared to approach, and they're mustering cattle on a property, camping out. You know, that's such an amazing achievement for anybody in life. But yeah, to watch that sense of purpose get sort of instilled in veterans when they do get to that phase, it's so powerful, and it's so special to be able to be a part of that for everyone.
To give that outlet of mental capacity must be so like rewarding for yourself to see, like giving people the opportunity, or giving veterans and their families that opportunity in this. Yeah. And being in a location so convenient makes it even easier.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, we are accessible, but in saying that, we've had people drive from Queensland to come here. So, you know, then we have accommodation for the veterans who are staying over the courses as well. So we try to be accessible and as much as we can for everybody, because how can you not be when you see the results, when you see what people get out of this? Yeah, it makes it very, very easy. And yeah, I think everyone here is so proud of being able to be a part of this program and help the veterans when you see and hear of the results and how it has impacted their lives.
Yeah, it's so true that a horse can change a life, and
yeah,
there's even more evidence here as we've discussed today. And I think to wrap it all up, Rebecca, is there any last words that you'd like to leave us on?
I mean, I'd just like to say thank you, A, for, you know, letting me share what we do. That does mean a lot to us. And obviously the life-changing effects that horses can have on veterans' lives. And yeah, for anybody listening, if you do know of any veterans who might be looking for an experience like this, or to be part of what we do, please feel free to reach out and also share the podcast so they can learn a little bit more about who we are.
It's such a fantastic program, and I know you certainly don't need any more exposure because you're already fully booked, but it's important to shine a light on these initiatives that even Sen is involved in, and this is making such meaningful differences in the lives of veterans and their families. So thank you, Rebecca, for coming on, and what you and your volunteers and everyone that are doing is truly inspiring. It is for me when I discovered, or when you reached out via email. And we also really appreciate your support of Sen, and thanks again for joining us as well.
No, awesome. Thank you, Bryan. It was amazing.
Thank you.